Welcome to SharePoint 3, Site and Library. To find and open a site, either choose your site based on your favorites that you've followed, or use a search, find, or drill down. But once you're in your site, you can move around in there. What's on a site? Well, first you'll want to verify your location on the tab, and then you'll notice that we are at that home site. And you'll notice all the site's contents are listed on the left. For the most part. They may not be listed if the site administrator has made them so they're not visible, or if you don't have access or permissions to them. But if you click the site contents word, you will actually see more information about the site contents. For example, this tasks shows there's 0 items in it. That gives me information that tells me I wouldn't want to open it. Whereas the YouTube video training has 78 items, and of course I would want to go there. Also, if you look down below, you'll be able to see subsites. And not only is it listed here, but it's also listed in the site contents. So if I click that subsite, then it will take me to another location. A document library is an app on a site page. Other apps include calendar, list, blog, discussion board. We'll talk about those later. But a library is an app that is a storage location for documents, all kinds of documents. So click the name of the library and it makes it bigger and gives you more options. You can also click a document to select it as well. When you have selected either a document or a library, you're going to have a new option on your toolbar up here. You see, now we've got 2 new ribbons that we didn't have before. These tabs only show when needed. For example, because we have not selected the calendar, we've not clicked in it yet, now we have. And now we can see those tabs. Let's look at the Files tab. And you can see the Files tab right now has a lot of the commands grayed out, and that's because there's no document selected. As soon as we select the document, by clicking where that check would be, then now the commands become available. We're going to be talking more about those later. You can also open a document simply by clicking it. This is the Word web app. That means that you can open it in any browser. For example, I can open it on my tablet even though I don't have Word on my tablet. If you click on File, it gives you lots of options. Be careful, they may not all be available. Edit document. If you have Word on your computer as well, you'll have the option to edit in Word using the full functionality or the web app. The web app is a little condensed version of Word or PowerPoint or Excel so that you can make some minor changes. Print means print to PDF. And share means that you can share it with people who have the rights or permissions to see it. You can also do a search, and you can see comments right in the Word app. Remember to use your back arrows to navigate out of it. If you don't want to open it but you want to have other options, you click the ... or the ellipsis to see the callout. In the callout you have multiple options to see the document, to scroll through it, to see who it's shared with, and to see what the link is. You also have the option to click another ... or ellipsis, and you'll have even more options depending on if you have permissions. When you're co-authoring with AutoMerge, remember you can have up to 10 people working in the same document at the same time. However, remember when you save your original document, you must save it in the 2010 version, so convert if you're working in an older version. Also, if you've decided to use versioning on the library where you save the document, the version will not be based on the author, but it'll be based on time. In other words, if you have 5 people working in the same document at the same time, then that version will show all 5 people's changes over a certain amount of time. And then finally, in Excel only, you have to determine, are you going to be working in Excel 2010 or are you going to be working in an Excel web app? But you can't work in both at the same time. When you select it, you have some other options. For example, on the Files tab, you'll see Checkout. When you check out a document, that means that you have the permission to open it. You can see if you don't have the permission, it won't let you do it. But if you have the permission to open it, that means nobody else will be able to open it except in read-only mode. You can also tell that something's been checked out because it'll have this green arrow, and when you hover over it, it'll show you who it's been checked out to. Once you check it out and you've made your changes, you'll want to check it back in again. Another option is to download a copy. Now, if you download a copy, be careful. This will not be synced to the original file, and as a result, it won't show any of the changes that might get made to it. So it's a good idea not to download a copy unless you absolutely have to. Some other great options include Share, where you can invite people to the document. It will create an email, and if you have permissions, you can give them permissions as well. So you do have that option, but only if you have permissions. You also have the option to alert me. Now this would be a reader that says, oh, you're going to make a change to a document. I want to follow that. I want to know every time you make a change to it. So they will get an email or mobile notification when things change. Similar to that is Follow. But Follow, instead of emailing you and clogging up your email, it will put a message in the news feed that you would, the reader would then have to go look in news feed to see. It's kind of like a page, a newspaper page about all your changes in SharePoint. Plus, if you own a document, you can use popularity trends to see how popular it is, how many people are actually reading it. Tags and notes, remember, helps when you're searching. So make sure that you take the time to add tags and notes, either in the original application or right here in SharePoint. You can separate them by semicolons. These are going to be those keywords that people will search for your document on. Once you've used them, you'll have them saved under My Tags. But if your entire team is using the same tags, for example, legal, and you say legal, 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 you have to try to remember to type that in every time, consider changing it to properties, and that way, every time you save it, all you have to do is click a check mark that says legal. That's all this time. If you like it, please click like. Thank you.